Welcome to Trip Ideas by Otomo AI. The Riviera Maya has a way of making the past feel close enough to touch. Here, the Caribbean arrives in impossible shades of turquoise. White sand catches the early light. Jungle presses close behind the shore. And above the water, weathered Mayan stones stand in the same sea breeze that moves through beach cabanas and palm-fringed paths today. This is a journey between two very different kinds of energy. Tulum feels elemental and mysterious. A place of limestone cliffs, hidden cenotes, and ancient walls above the surf. Cancun brings a brighter, faster rhythm, where broad beaches, calm lagoon waters, and modern comforts become a base for adventures across the coast. Come for the warmth, the salt air, and the feeling of bare feet in soft sand. Stay for the moments that stop time. Sunrise on an ancient shoreline, cool water beneath jungle shadows, a plate of food shared as evening music drifts through the streets. In this corner of Mexico, every horizon seems to hold two stories at once. One belongs to the world that is here now. The other has been waiting in the stone for centuries. Tulum announces itself from above. The ancient city sits on dramatic limestone cliffs, looking out across the Caribbean Sea. Below, the water shifts from pale aqua near the shore to deeper turquoise farther out. Waves fold onto a long strip of white sand. Above them, temple walls and stone terraces hold their ground against wind, salt, and time. It is one of those rare places where an archaeological site and a beach belong to the same view. You can explore pre-Columbian ruins beneath the heat of the day, then look down and see the soft sand waiting below. The contrast is startling. Rough, sun-warmed stone, bright water, the clean line of a horizon that seems to go on forever. At the heart of the site is El Castillo, the cliff-top temple that watches over the coast like an ancient sentinel. Long ago, this was a port city. From this high point, Mayan priests could watch the sea and look for trading canoes approaching the shoreline. Today, the same vantage point offers something quieter but no less powerful, a reminder that this coast has always been a place of arrival. Take your time here. Let the details appear slowly. The texture of limestone, the sharp call of birds over the open grounds, the breeze moving through the grass, the way sunlight changes the color of the sea from minute to minute. Beyond the ruins, Tulum has a bohemian energy that feels shaped by the landscape itself. The jungle is never far away. Neither is the coast. Beachfront cabanas sit close to the sand, while dirt paths and leafy roads lead inward toward cool, hidden water. That water is the cenotes. Grand Cenote offers a completely different version of Tulum's beauty. Descend from the heat into crystal-clear freshwater, where stalactites hang overhead and the submerged world feels like an underwater cathedral. Light filters through openings above. Stone forms emerge beneath the surface. Snorkeling here is less like swimming in a pool and more like drifting through a secret chamber made by the earth over countless years. Then there is Tulum Pueblo, where the atmosphere turns casual, local, and delicious. Roadside stands serve cochinita pibil tacos, rich with slow-cooked flavor and bright accompaniments. It is the kind of meal that belongs after a day in the sun, eaten with tired legs, salty skin, and no need to hurry anywhere. As evening comes, Tulum can shift once again. Beach clubs bring music to the shoreline, and the boundary between jungle and sea begins to disappear in the dark. Bare feet meet cool sand. The air stays warm. Somewhere beyond the lights, waves continue their steady work against the coast. For a wilder outing, Can Biosphere Reserve opens into mangrove channels and pristine lagoons. A boat moves through still water bordered by tangled green. Crocodiles may bask along the banks. Pink flamingos wade in the shallows. It is a landscape that feels wonderfully untamed, a place where the coast reveals its quieter and more ancient side. The dry season, from November through April, is especially inviting for beach days and ruin exploring, with comfortable temperatures and less rain. May and October can bring fewer crowds and lower prices, along with the occasional shower that makes the jungle feel even more alive. December evenings are particularly lovely when the temperature softens and beachside dining unfolds beneath a sky full of stars. Tulum is not a place to rush through. It asks you to slow down, to follow the sound of the water, to notice how every sunrise lights both the sea ahead and the mysteries held in the stones behind you. Cancun carries a different momentum. What began as a sleepy fishing village has become a polished coastal base camp for the wider Riviera Maya. It is a place where beach days can be as easy or as energetic as you want them to be, and where ancient wonders are always waiting just beyond the city's bright shoreline. From above, Cancun's hotel zone resembles the number 7, curving between the Caribbean and the lagoon. That unusual shape creates two distinct moods. On the lagoon side, the water is calmer, well suited to kayaking and gentler days on the water. On the ocean side, waves arrive with more force, inviting surfing, jet skiing, or simply standing at the edge of the shore and letting the spray cool your skin. The beaches are the immediate draw. Long, pale, and sunlit, they offer that classic Caribbean feeling of endless space. But Cancun is also a doorway. You can settle into the ease of the coast, then set out toward islands, cenotes, ancient ruins, and evening streets filled with food and music. One of the most memorable escapes is Isla Mujeres. Take the ferry across the water, then trade the city's pace for colorful streets navigated by golf carts. At Playa Norte, the sand is impossibly soft, and the water is calm, clear, and bright enough to seem almost unreal. It is a postcard scene, yes, but it is also wonderfully simple. A beach, a warm sea, a slow afternoon. For a deeper journey into the region's ancient world, head toward Chichen Itza at sunrise. In the early morning, El Castillo Pyramid emerges through the mist, its stone steps slowly gaining shape and color as the light rises. It is a powerful contrast to Cancun's modern shoreline. One day begins with broad beaches and resort comforts. The next begins before an immense monument built by a civilization whose influence still runs through this landscape. Afterward, nearby Ek-Kil Cenote offers a refreshing change. Vines drape down toward the swimming hole, and cool water waits beneath the open sky. It is the kind of place that makes the heat of the day feel welcome, because you know relief is close. Back in Cancun, evenings can take many forms. At Parque de las Palapas, fresh ceviche and mariachi music bring the city into a more local rhythm. The air carries food, conversation, and the low movement of people gathering after sunset. If you want something louder and more theatrical, Coco Bongo brings acrobats and tribute artists into a high-energy spectacle that runs deep into the night. And then there is Musa, the underwater museum. Snorkel among life-size sculptures beneath the sea, where the artwork is slowly becoming part of the reef. Coral begins to gather. Marine life moves through the forms. It is surreal, quiet, and unlike the usual idea of a museum, with the Caribbean itself acting as the gallery. December through April generally brings ideal weather for both beach lounging and excursions, with warm temperatures and minimal rainfall. February can be a particularly comfortable time, combining beautiful conditions with more manageable crowds. March brings a livelier atmosphere. During the hurricane season, from June through November, afternoon thunderstorms can cool down jungle outings, and lower hotel rates may appeal to travelers who do not mind more variable weather. Cancun proves that a tropical escape can hold many versions of adventure at once. There is luxury and movement. There are ocean waves and sheltered lagoon waters. There are late nights, early ferries, fresh ceviche, and ancient stone rising from morning mist. It is not just a place to pause beside the sea. It is a place to let the sea lead you outward. Tulum and Cancun are close enough to belong to the same journey, yet different enough to give that journey real texture. In Tulum, the coast feels raw and reflective. Ancient walls hold the edge of a cliff. Cenotes pull you below ground into cool, clear silence. Jungle and sea meet in a landscape that seems to keep its secrets, even in full daylight. In Cancun, the energy opens outward. Beaches stretch wide. Ferries cross toward island escapes. Lagoon water and ocean surf offer different ways to spend the day, while the region's great archaeological sites remain within reach. The best approach is to leave room for both. Rise early for ruins before the heat deepens and the light grows hard. Keep a slower day for the beach. Bring patience for changing weather, especially outside the dry season. And let your plans remain flexible enough for the moments that cannot be scheduled. A sudden jungle shower, the first cool shock of cenote water, mariachi music floating through an evening square, or the sight of flamingos standing in a quiet lagoon. This part of Mexico is made for contrast. Sun-bleached sand and dark limestone, modern pleasures and ancient mysteries. the roar of the Caribbean and the stillness beneath the jungle canopy. And when the day is done, the Riviera Maya leaves you with one enduring image: waves moving below old stone, carrying the light of the present toward a coastline that has been watching the horizon for centuries. For more trip ideas like this one, visit our blog at otomo.ai. See you on the next journey.
Optimo AI. Better trips, better life.